work, and so I don't have my medallion on. It's at home. Good job, Greg.
Well, you know, I forgot to warn you or remind you to wear your medallion. Like you said,
did.
like you had
did
it on
the
the
other
other night. Yeah, I know.
And Mo has hers on today. Looks beautiful.
Oh, look at that.
Sharp.
I've got mine.
No pressure there, Mo. After
Kurtz
the
never
other one.
takes his off.
That's true.
I think we all need to follow after DeLuca and make that our background that he has so that we can all step away from our camera and it could be a screen of congratulations, Stacey.
That's cool. I can't see it though.
Andrea's got it too. And even Nickel, 2 days later, he's wearing it.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Mama Watson.
Hello.
I mean, I don't know what this virus is doing, but all of you guys are looking younger and better than you ever did.
Oh, man.
It's a filter. It's a filter on the camera.
That's what it is.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Greg, you know what a filter is? I'm so proud of you, Greg.
Oh, Marcia, help her out with that.
I Googled it once.
I want to
I
know when
I knew somebody had to mess it up.
Mama,
If you're
why-
talking about looking younger.
Your eyes checked.
Oh,
Because I'm not looking younger.
She must be talking about me.
Stacey, I can see the dog, but I can't see you.
Here I am.
Okay.
This is like
I do understand.
The beautiful dog.
thank you. Yeah.
My daughter adopted another cat.
Okay. Do they make camera appearances?
No, I don't think they better.
She may pop in here. She
Awesome.
may. She was there last night.
Oh, good. Good.
All right, David, I think we're ready for you to kick it off.
Is that your cue to tell me to go? Got it. All right, good evening, everybody. Thanks for attending. I'm gonna do a quick housekeeping on the front end because of how I'm gonna speak to individuals. If you are able to, with the noise or no noise behind you, I'm gonna ask you to unmute because there will be a couple of times where you will recognize individuals in the room and I think you need to hear them clapping. Now, if you have noise, please don't. But, so I know that's abnormal. You know, doing everybody saying go to mute, but I'm gonna ask you to unmute for a little while. So if you're able, please unmute and go from there. So welcome to the 2021 Virtual Nurser Conference Award Honor Celebration. I want to get things started by recognizing a couple of people. The first one is our founder's wife and daughter, Miss Lee Watson, and her daughter Marcia. So if y'all could wave so people can see y'all guys.
Hi, everybody.
There they go.
Okay.
Good
Love
deal.
you.
Love you. Thank you for being here. Thank
Oh,
you.
you know I wouldn't miss it.
Wow. Yes, ma'am. I also would like to recognize my partner in crime for this year, our executive director, Pam Watts. Pam wave, there she is. Good deal. Then the next one is a handful of people. So the Honor Award Committee, who is responsible for this selection this year. I don't know if we can pick them up. So I would just acknowledge their names. So I thought I was anyway. No, oh, sorry, notes. Vicky High Street, Stan Shingles, Eric Nickel, Darcy Bingham, Therese Kennedy, Justin Cato, and Mark Williams. If you're in the room, wave so people can find you or say something. There you go. Good day. Thank you. Hello, everybody. All right. So, and the last organization I want to recognize and give a big shout out to is our sponsor, Mondo, for supporting this event. So if anybody's in the room from Mondo, wave. Everybody give Mondo a hand. Thank you. Good deal. Oh, this is the time of the conference when we come together to recognize one of our own. And this year, we get to do it twice, giving each of our honorees that individual time. One just a couple of nights ago when we got to recognize Eric Nickel. This time we get to recognize and I get to honor my mentor, my friend, Dr. Stacey Hall. The Honor Award is the highest award given in our association. It recognizes a member for outstanding achievement in the profession and service to the association. The first was awarded in 1963, with our honoree that year being George Hannaford from Purdue University. And like I said, our most recent 2020 awardee, Mr. Eric Nickel James Madison, who was just honored a couple nights ago. To be eligible, the honoree must meet several criteria, but a few that I point out here are to be a member exemplifying high standards of ethical behavior, which is consistent with our nurse code of conduct, as well as positive influence showing motivation and support in the development of our students, young professionals, and emerging leaders within our profession. Speaking of Eric, I know he's waved one time, but I want to give him the floor for another quick second. So Eric, if you could wave and turn your mic on so we can find you. Congratulations,
I'm here.
Eric. There he is. I see him. I got you. So if we could clap for one more time for Eric. It was a big deal, and I want to make sure he has his time. You got high fives and claps. I love it. Good deal. Thanks. Well deserved for you, Eric. Other honorees include our founders, some of our founders, William Watson, Horace Moody, Ross Towns. We have icons who wear the medallion like Juliette Moore, Sam Hurt, Tony Clemens, Sue Ivy Bowling, Jeff Vesley, Mike Dunn, Tom Jones, and then our recent recipients such as the Stan Shingles, Vicky High Street, Greg Jordan, Mick DeLuca, Mo McGonigal, and the late Mark Fletcher. If we have any of our past recipients who were recognized before 1999, wave, say something so we can find you and see if you're in the room. Anybody before 1999 in the room? There's Tom Jones. Hey, Mr. Jones. Anybody else? Good. So how about any of our recipients who were recognized between 2000 and 2009? Any of those recipients in the room? You want me to call you out? I can only see one page, so they may be on another page. Well, how about anybody from 2010 to the present? Any of those folks in the room?
Here.
Here.
Yeah. Good deal. So some of those names I will call out in reverse order who are in the room. He may or may not be here, but Stan Shingles, 2019, Vicky High Street, 2018. Greg Jordan, I know he's here, 2017. Mick DeLuca, 2016. Mo McGonigal, 2015. Mark Fletcher, 2014. Tom Kirch, 2013. Juliette Moore, 2012. Catherine Bayless, 2011. And Patty Bosket, 2010. And then, of course, we have our most recent recipient, as I've acknowledged already. So I wanted to acknowledge all those past awardees. So just so our tonight's recipient can see the kind of grace that she's stepping into and that she rightly deserves.
Mr. President, I believe Gene Lamke's on the call too, and I think he's pre-1999. Darcy just posted that on the chat.
Got you,
In the room, I see him.
Are you in the room? Can you wave and turn your mic also on so we can find you? Gene
Yes, I'm here, David.
Oh, I see you. There you are. Hey, sir. How are you? Welcome.
Thank you.
Good deal. All right. So now we're done with the microphone part, so everybody can mute down. So we can go on with the rest of the presentation. But I'm gonna turn it over, the virtual mic over to Lauren Martini Olson, the Associate Director of Recreation at University of South Carolina. Lauren.
Thank you, President Davenport. And thank you all for joining us today to celebrate Dr. Stacey Hall on her 2021 Nurse Honor Award recognition. My name is Lauren Martini Olson, she, her, hers, and I am privileged to be part of Stacey's festivities today. I had the honor of working with and for Stacey while serving as a graduate assistantship at Indiana University. She brought me into the IU Rec Sports family, helped me develop my passion for NERSA and all that it stands for, and I am eternally grateful. I've also cherished our friendship and our mentorship over the past 15 years. The challenges of the last year have led us to celebrating in a very unique way. For those of you that know Stacey well, probably know that she is not one to run towards the spotlight. There have been countless jokes as to how she might actually enjoy this Zoom format, knowing that her face will only be displayed while she is speaking. After a small presentation and Stacey's official acceptance of this award, there will be an opportunity for you all to participate in today's ceremony, as you've played such a large role in her being here tonight. Several of us have spent the last few weeks discussing how we're going to use this Zoom platform in a creative way. Stacey often brought up Juliet Moore's NERSA Honor Award ceremony in 2012, when Juliet chose to write and perform a song. She found it inspiring that Juliet found a way, special to her and creative to others, to accept this award. Stacey knew she wanted to do something a little different, but still be meaningful, not just to her, but to everyone who helped her along the way. And she felt Seneca Wilson, Associate Director of Facilities and Guest Services for Centers LLC at the University of Alabama, Birmingham, could provide that. Seneca and Stacey have known each other a long time. In fact, Seneca was on the student leadership team for the 20th annual Region 3 Student Lead-On, which Stacey helped to host at Indiana University 14 years ago. Since then, they've kept in touch, and Stacey has watched Seneca not only grow in the field, but use his incredible talents to teach and inspire many. Stacey asked Seneca to write a poem to commemorate this day. Seneca, honored, reached out to some of Stacey's friends and colleagues to ensure he was able to capture Stacey's legacy. He wants to thank all the individuals that helped him shape this poem and therefore honor Stacey as she rightly deserves. Without further delay, here is Relish the Moment by Seneca Wilson.
Thank you, Lauren. Although we have arrived at this moment, this station, with the band playing and flags waving, we celebrate Stacey's greatness and understand, like Hastings, that this is not the final destination, but a part of the journey. Today, she is joining a group of selfless leaders, standing on the highest stage for her achievements and service that has shaped our association. Today, we reflect on Stacey's unwavering dedication to serving the members, her staffs and students, her institutions and communities for the last 30 years. Stacey's career has been an example of a servant leader, the natural feeling of serving others first, an unyielding commitment to making a difference. Listen, if you know Stacey, you know her quiet but powerful demeanor that empowers you as a leader because she stands in your corner like a humbled lamp, shining a light on your beauty for the world to see. You see, to know Stacey is to know a friend, a cheerleader, a coach, a mentor, a role model, an advocate actively listening, strategically positioning you for greatness. To know Stacey is to know she is deeply committed to excellence with the ability to balance intentional work and research while genuinely building lasting relationships. To know Stacey is to know a champion for equality, for equity, diversity, and inclusion, for educating our members to be better humans of NERSA. To know Stacey is to know she serves as a gateway, building bridges, connecting our association with other partners through research, data, and assessment, moving this field and association forward towards positive change, and it remains that the best is still yet to come. So if you don't know Stacey, join us on her journey, because after this celebration, this train will be leaving again soon. But for right now, let's help her relish the moment. Nurse of family, please give a great virtual round of applause for our 2021 Honor Award recipient, Dr. Stacey Hall.
All right.
Wow, what a tremendous job, Seneca. You really stepped up to this challenge. Thank you so much for writing and performing such a meaningful poem. You know, the part that I didn't really think through all the way is now I have to follow Seneca on what I was thinking. But seriously, Seneca, I really appreciate you. You know, in a
Uh-oh,
it's okay.
you're good.
Back on? Okay.
Yep.
So, in addition to seeking feedback from colleagues, you also incorporated reference to a poem that I shared at the end of the 2017 annual conference, which was titled "The Station" by Robert J. Hastings. And the message of that poem is to encourage people to enjoy the journey, because we are not guaranteed to reach a specific destination in life. So I really appreciate your creativity, Seneca. It's just excellent. Thank you so much. So receiving this award is truly incredible, particularly when I reflect on the significant contributions of the previous recipients. And similar to President Davenport, there are many people that I'd like to start by thanking tonight. And first are the colleagues that took the time to write such thoughtful nominations on my behalf. One of the protocols of this process is that I get to read those, which was really enjoyable and special to do. So I thank folks that did take that time. I also want to thank the committee members who, I understand this is a challenging committee to be a part of, but they also came up with a really creative way of informing me of their decision. And that was really a lot of fun to do that with the whole committee, even though it was virtual. So as I prepared for tonight's event, I kept thinking about a quote that Mama Wasson shared during her Instagram Live with President Davenport back in December. Hopefully, many of you have had a chance to listen to that. But she shared a quote and she said, quote, well, actually, let me frame this, because President Davenport had shared a lot of positive things about Mama Wasson and her husband, who is a founder of NERSA. And she got kind of uncomfortable because they were super positive things about her contributions. And so Mama Wasson's response was, quote, "I am one of those people that don't like to be honored. Just say thank you and move on," unquote. And so Mama, I am with you on that approach to taking feedback. But I would like to share a few thoughts with everybody who's taken the time to join us tonight. You know, when you receive this award, and I'll show you, it's, well, actually, you look right through it. It's quite a significant piece here. So it gets you to reflect on your career. And at first, I started thinking about our many colleagues who've passed away and how they wouldn't be able to be here with us tonight. I also thought about different groups of students and colleagues that I've worked with and seeing their career advance. And what's just great about the coincidence of Seneca being part of the 2007 planning committee for Lead On for that 20th anniversary, like that was such a special group of folks, and to see their careers just blossom after that, it's not that inferred that it came from that, but they, you know, it's just a great group of folks and watching them, their career path. And similarly, the Humans of Nurses series that I did during my president year, that group of colleagues has really done amazing things since that effort as well. And then I also thought about different colleagues that I've worked on committees and task forces and different projects, starting way back with the URSA becoming one of the first state associations. I thought about the Governance Commission, all sorts of different research projects. So it's nice to think back to all those times. And then over the last several weeks, many colleagues have reached out with messages and phone calls, and I've really treasured hearing from each one of you. And during many of those conversations, almost to a person, folks were kind of disappointed and bummed out that we have to do this remotely and not in person. And there's definitely some negative effects. Like it's definitely hard that this doesn't necessarily feel real yet without being in person. And I know folks have talked the last 2 days about the lack of hugging, and it's probably a good thing we're not together with COVID because it would be a mess. But it's also like I'm not able to really receive your energy tonight either, and I think that makes it challenging. But I also thought there's a lot of positive aspects of this too. So there's definitely several folks on here that are watching that normally would not be able to watch, right? And then there's some fun ones that I really appreciate. Like my head is not the size of the wall on either side of the stage right now, right? I get to wear comfy shoes, which I'm very happy about. And you know, when I did get this award in the mail, I realized if I had gotten this at conference and tried to put it in a suitcase, I was not going to get it through the weight limit on the flight home. And then the last one that I thought of is I have a good chance of actually getting a reasonable amount of sleep tonight. So in addition to the pros and cons and thinking about the past, at the same time, I can't stop thinking about the future either. You know, the need for our work has only been heightened by the pandemic and our renewed emphasis on social justice. Campus recreation needs to continue to be used as a platform for learning critical skills to help our society move forward constructively. Our students really need opportunities to learn these skills more than ever before. And I know that our colleagues in this profession are in the process of stepping up to face those challenges. And it's really invigorating to see many of those contributions, even throughout this conference this week, to seeing all the different folks step up into that space. But we also continue to support each other through this journey. And I rely so much on the support of our NERTSA network. And I want to share a little insight that I have had throughout this last year that it feels a little bit unique and helps me recognize how important our network is even more. So many of you know that for the last almost 2 years now, I've been overseeing not only campus recreation here at University of New Hampshire, but also our student union and student activities. And I got to compare how both departments responded to the pandemic and watching the professional association activity throughout both groups. And as you know, NERSA colleagues stepped up as we usually do. We developed and shared amazing resources, shared learnings from either keeping buildings open or closing them or doing whatever we had to do. And we actively solved problems together. And that passion and support is just tremendous. But what was really interesting, the professional association with the student union, and hopefully not too many of them around here, did not look anything like what happened in NERSA. And there were even a couple points last summer that the dialogue amongst the professional association seemed as if business was usual. Like I almost wanted to hop on there and say, yo, folks, like there's a pandemic and it's going to change how we do our work. So it's just really, really interesting to see how different that has been. But it helped me, you know, we always talk about the NERSA family and how tight we are, but it just added that additional layer of appreciation of just how special what we have is. So I just want to emphasize that and help you encourage you, I guess, to take time to show that appreciation. So in addition to sharing a few comments tonight, I want to share a few photos that kind of collect from the different campuses I've been on, from different NERSA activities, and then also some family photos. But you know, getting ready for this, I hardly have any photos from before like 2005. And I know I'm not one that's good at taking photos, but I'm pretty sure that maybe that's when smartphones started or something. I don't know. But so there's a gap in time there. But please know how much I enjoy you, or I appreciate you joining me tonight. I thank you so much for your support. And I will end with our famous saying. I think you can see that.
Woo!
So go ahead, Chelsea.
All right, Nurse family, unmute your microphones and give Stacey, let Stacey hear it. Let her.
Way to go,
Hey.
Stacey.
Congratulations.
Way to go, Stacey.
Good job.
Stacey.
Good job. Thanks for doing it, everybody. So that concludes the formal portion of the presentation, but we're going to kick it back over to Lauren. She's going to be able to let you have some discussions with Stacey. So Lauren, floor is all yours. Thanks for everybody coming out tonight. Stacey, Dr. Stacey Hall. Lauren.
Thank you again, President Davenport, for both your time and your kind words. As President Davenport mentioned, that is the end of our formal ceremony, but now starts the reception. Normally, this is the time that we'd be getting up, hugging, clinking glasses, sharing stories about our dear friend Stacey. And as we can't do that in person, we thought it'd be nice to give those of you that are interested the opportunity to share your favorite Stacey story or moment, or simply thank her for the impact that she's had on you. However, knowing that her impact is great, we do ask that you keep your moment brief. There were jokes about bringing in a shepherd hook. I thought about bringing a shot clock. I did not bring it home from the office though, so we're just gonna have to honor and trust each other here, because we want to make sure that everyone that has the opportunity to speak has that opportunity. If you'd like to speak, I think the easiest way that this is going to work is if you use the raise your hand feature, the little hand feature, and I will create a sort of cue and call on you to unmute when it's your turn. I feel like somewhere between a basketball official and a kindergarten teacher right now, but bear with me. You are, of course, also welcome to use the chat feature if you'd like to share there. And Chelsea is going to drop the opportunity to record a video to put in Stacey's tribute video in the chat. And so if you haven't had the opportunity to do that, I think the deadline is March 1st. Chelsea can correct me if I'm incorrect. But that would be a great place to also share if this isn't your space, or you have a home that is not conducive to sharing right now. But we do want to give some people the opportunity. So now is the time to do that. I'm going to start with Nicole Omeda from UT Austin. Why don't you start us off?
Thanks, Lauren. So Stace and I first connected years ago while serving on the research and assessment committee. And then during our work on the development of the NERSA data set. And during that time, I had the opportunity to get to know her both professionally and personally as we worked on a fairly challenging project, mostly initially via phone calls. It was clear early on that project that she had a knack for balancing effective work, intentional work, with a genuine interest in getting to know others. She has a ninja-like ability to connect people. I was trying to think about her style, and I believe I would say ninja-like, Stacey. And she's got a sincere interest in seeing others succeed, and it's deeply rooted in her work, and it's evident. She likes building others up, and she likes seeing people succeed and supporting them in their growth. I was thinking about it this morning. Stacey, you make risk feel comforting and safe. And I don't know if that's the right way to frame up how I feel when we talk through hard stuff. So Stace, as a colleague, I'm grateful for your insight and your advice. You're always willing to listen to my latest random epiphany or what if idea. No one would be surprised to know that you're often my first phone call when I'm working on something that I think no one else will understand and I need to run it by someone. You're an essential part of my professional support system and my growth. You are more importantly a lifelong friend. I'm proud of you. I thank you, and I look forward to celebrating with you in person. I love you, my friend. Congrats.
Thank you, Nicole. I appreciate those words. Josh Downing of Indiana and Butler fame, you're up.
Thanks, Lauren. And I just want to say a few words of what Stacey has meant to me. Stacey was my supervisor as an undergrad, grad, and a young professional from 1997 to 2006. Stacey, you helped me discover who I wanted to be and how I could approach this career. You taught me that there's a leader in all of us. You just got to help that person unlock their potential. You helped me understand the importance of listening to all, to also make sure all have the opportunity to be heard. From all those hours I used to sit in your office as an undergrad at IU, talking to you, listening attentively to you, laughing at the GAs who are across the hall, to you dissecting and coaching me on my resume, to this day, I still don't understand how one person can have so many red pens. To mentoring me as a young professional to today, where you continue to mentor and guide me. Thank you for believing in me 24 years ago to now. Congratulations, and I can't wait to celebrate with you in person.
Thanks, Josh. Appreciate that. I believe David Charette from Stacey's own University of New Hampshire is up next. The floor is yours. You're on mute, Dave. Phrase of 2020.
Man, I can't believe I did that. I'm Dave Charette, and I've been lucky enough to work with Stacey here for 8 or 9 years. I think if I talk loud enough, she can hear me right now. Different days, I guess. She obviously made a huge difference in a lot of lives, and this is a well-deserved award, Stacey, so congratulations. As many of you probably know, Stacey keeps a heavy pace on things and has an equally impressive list of accomplishments at UNH. So just to name a few, and I have many more on this list, but I'm trying to do this as possible. You know, she handful of years ago led a facility project here at UNH, bringing departments from around campus to be part of the process and winning a couple of awards on the way. We're about to start our 8th applied leadership class. It's a 2-credit course that serves as a training ground for new campus rec leaders here at UNH. She had mentioned it had been a dream for a while, and it's something that now we've been lucky enough to put a couple hundred people through. And in the last few days, I've had the opportunity to hear from staff on Stacey's impact. There was a great deal of appreciation for projects that she's been able to offer folks outside of their job responsibilities. But the ones that really stand out are about her thoughtfulness and things like notes and snacks that appear and professional articles that show up in perfect time were among the most that were mentioned. And then Stacey, from a more of a personal note, I really want to thank you and let you know how much I've enjoyed working with you over the years. There's been an amazing list of accomplishments and challenges, but one thing that really stands out is your steady leadership and how you have confidence in the process and the decisions that come from it. And I'd like to just thank you for continually challenging me, having trust in me, and providing an atmosphere of growth and achievement. So thank you, and once again, congratulations.
Thanks, Dave. I appreciate that. Kara, would you like to go next?
Sure, I can go. I think the word I just want to use, and I feel like I'm going to get emotional, so I'm going to try to hold it together. But Stacey, you're an inspiration. I can remember meeting you when I was the Region 3 student rep, hanging out in a pizza place in Chicago. I think was when we had our deep conversation, my first deep conversation with you, probably 2002, 2003. When I started the doctoral program at Virginia Tech in 2006, you know, I was told that I would never teach and that leadership development didn't happen in campus rec and athletics. And having the opportunity to connect with you when I stepped away from the association for 2 to 3 years because I couldn't afford to go to a conference and I was trying to figure out how to be connected, I reached out to you and you said, hey, you know what? You want to be on the research and assessment committee? And I wasn't a member and I didn't put it on my resume. I just wanted to know what the conversations were. And I just want you to know that because of your leadership in regards to research, and the way that you've contributed to our field. You've inspired so many of us. And my hope is that I can do the same by inspiring those who are currently pursuing their work and contributing to the field to show the worth of the work that we do. So I just want to say thank you so much for being an inspiration for me and as well as others within the industry. Love you bunches.
Thanks, Kara. All right, Greg, even though you're in Michigan, I'm in South Carolina, I will hook you. So clock's on.
Oh, no, I'll be brief. I'll be brief. Thank you, Lauren. Stacey, congratulations. It couldn't be happier for you. And we go back such a long time, and I really can't get it down to one story. We served on so many committees, and I was fortunate to chair the selection committee when you were the Region 3 Award of Merit recipient. We worked on hockey, club hockey, and all sorts of things together. And you know, I really appreciate you because I know you're a heck of a lot book smarter than me. But tonight you also shared that you are people smart and life smarter than me because you're positive. I'll take that the Spire, the Honor Award Spire, would not fit in your suitcase because it puts you overweight. And I would attest from personal experience that, yeah, I felt the same way. So I carried it on, my Spire, tried to carry it on from Washington, D.C. back home. And it had a hard time clearing TSA. Let's just say the TSA agent didn't know what the heck a Nurse Honor Award was, and he was very suspicious of it. So I got pulled out of line and taken over, and he put chemical stuff on it to make sure it wasn't a bomb or anything like that. So you were very much smarter than me in that regard. So I guess thank you to Pam and headquarters to have a TSA approved pass through on that. But you were smart. So love you very much, Stacey. Take care and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thanks, Greg. Vicky, would you like to go next?
Hey, Stace, you know, you are the person to do research and assessment for our association. You came along just at the right time. We knew a lot of things, we could tell a lot of stories, but you've had the opportunity to actually show us what it means to have good research and assessment behind what we say. And I'm so proud to have had you as a part of the boards that I was on, and to be able to really glorify in all of the work that you've done that I wish we would have thought of before, but so glad that you were a part of that beginning stages of making us credible because of the research and assessment. And of course, as a dear friend, I love you.
Thanks, Vicky. Greg, are you raising your hand again, or is that the same hand?
That was an accident. That's like can you butt dial on a honor award call?
You can.
I guess I did. Yeah, you can now.
All right, Lori, follow that.
Oh man, I don't know. That makes it easy to follow Greg on a butt dial on a Zoom. But Stacey, it was such a pleasure, you know, to serve in the president's track and lead the board with you. We had an amazing time together. I've loved knowing you from all of my time in Region 3 and watching your leadership. And this is just so well deserved and earned. And you are just such a fun colleague and thoughtful colleague to work with and serve with. And it is just amazing. And I'm so happy for you. Congratulations.
Thanks, Lori. Kathleen, you're up.
Wow. Well, listen, I want to be brief, but I want to speak about your humanity for a second, given you were the smart one to talk about us all as humans. And there's been lots of amazing things that you've noted and others about all your contributions. But there were very few humans at my wedding. And to have you and Jen there and to see you both tonight, just bravo for all you do, who you are, and how you show up at really important moments for all of us. So congrats. Look forward to a toast in person, but cheers.
Thanks, Kathleen. Appreciate that. Miss Mandy Miller, new mama, would you like to go next?
Hey, Stace, congratulations. Just wanted to take a moment and say thank you. Stacey was my supervisor at IU for 4 years. I blame her and Josh Downing for getting me into campus recreation in the first place. And when I had to step away from the profession for 6 years, Stacey was one of the very few mentors that kept in contact with me on a regular basis and provided that confidence back in me, knowing that I could get back into the field. She's never left my side. She has constantly built me up when I've needed it. And she's not only been a mentor, but a friend. And there's no one more deserving than this. And Stace, I just appreciate you, love you dearly, and congratulations.
Well done, Mandy. Way to not cry. I appreciate that. Because if you start, we're all going. And then there's Kathy Bayless. So I spoke too soon. Kathy, have your moment.
It's so neat to see everyone's faces, and certainly a fitting tribute to Stacey. Stacey will recall that when she had this opportunity, particularly I think to step into the presidency role, it was an exciting opportunity and something that we all knew was such a logical step for Stacey. And all I can say is, Pam Watts, if you ever step down for some reason as the executive director for NERSA, I think there's going to be a potential campaign for Stacey to perhaps assume that role, because I've certainly been witness to her devotion to our field and certainly NERSA. I think it's exemplified by all the ways that have been chronicled, not just the service roles that she's had, but the mentoring and the impact, and kind of this kind of thoughtful processor, calm in the face of challenge. And I will just end this by saying Stacey has, I think, my most favorite laugh. There's just something really unique about that laugh, and it makes me laugh. So we appreciate that humor too. And just all of us from IU send our heartiest congratulations. And I'm glad we were able to celebrate with you a little bit today at our alumni lunch. So God bless.
Thanks, Kathy. Appreciate that. Kim, would you like to go next?
Thank you. First, let me take my hand down, and I want to be like Greg. Oh, wait. Lower hand. Okay. So I didn't realize that we'd have an opportunity to, excuse me, to do this. And I have so many thoughts running through my head right now. I don't even know where to begin. I'm getting all these texts, and one of them is between Kathy Lawhead and I, and we're saying, okay, which one of us is going to speak? You do it, you do it, you do it, you do it. And I'll say this. I first really feel like I met Stacey back in, I don't know when it was, 2001, maybe. It's when Greg Jordan was state director from Michigan. No, that's not true. It was when Stacey was president of URSA, and I was vice president for Ohio. And I remember hearing about all the wonderful things the state association was doing. And I thought, we have to steal everything that they're doing, because it's just awesome. And that's when I got to know Stacey. And everybody's talked about all the wonderful and exceptional things that she's done with the association. But I think the thing that just resonates with me is the friendship that I am so lucky. Kathy and I are so lucky, and so many of us are lucky to have with Stacey. And she is one remarkable person. And we've gone vacationing together.
we'll go to each other's houses and just hang out. And, you know, we do pedicures, kayaking. There's some other things I can't mention that we do, but I think some people on the call know, but you know, I think it's that is Stacey's, and everybody talks about Stacey being human, and I think I feel so incredibly blessed that I get to see her in an everyday setting, and she is the same person that you see in NERSA. She's the same person, you know, wherever we're hanging out, and I am not doing justice to her. I just wanted to know that we love her dearly and deeply and are so grateful for her friendship, and that she took the two of us under her wings. So thank you so much for that.
Thanks, Kim. You did very well by her. I appreciate that. Although I will say we didn't let people know this was happening because we didn't want people to pull those pictures from pre-2005. We weren't sure what was out there, so we didn't put it out there. And we're going to keep it this way. So there was intentional thought with that. Pam, would you like to go next?
Yeah, so hi, everyone. So first I have to get out of the way that I hope Kathy doesn't know something that I don't know. But Stacey, this is so special to be a part of. And I think a lot of the comments about you have alluded to this, but for me, one of the biggest impacts you had on me was showing me that leadership didn't always have to be this gregarious, extroverted person who had a big, huge personality, even in some of these very, public roles that we hold. And I really appreciate you showing me that style of leadership was not only okay, but it can be effective, it can be valued, all of those things. I think I'll never forget that in 2017, when Stacey was president and we were in DC and we were dealing with the CPAC event and all those negative interactions. And even at the closing session, you probably remember, the general manager of Marriott got on stage and, issued a personal apology to our attendees because of what had occurred. And Stacey followed that with some remarks. And, she got up there in blue hair, right? Like, I don't know if you caught it in the photo montage. And it's just classic Stacey to say, yes, that happened and we acknowledge that happened, but we're still NERSA and we're still us, and no one's going to distract us from the thing that is important for us to do right here, right now, in this moment, in her quiet Stacey way. So much of the magic of her leadership is that you don't know it's happening, right? It's just the magic in between the words, in between the calls, in between the spaces. And it's just, Stacey, it's just such a delight to know you and have you in my life, and show us all what great leadership looks like.
Thanks, Pam. And certainly thanks for bringing up the blue hair, because it is one of the highlights of my life, personally. Jocelyn, would you like to speak now? You're on mute.
Zoom, just gotta love it. Stacey, I can't remember when we met. It was a long time ago, and my memory's not that good. But the one thing I can say about you is that you are the most thoughtful person that I've ever met. You certainly don't say anything that you don't mean. I've appreciated every step of the way that you've been there along my leadership journey. And of course, Pam stole my thunder with the blue hair, because that shocked me when I was on stage. I was the chair of the host committee, and she came out with had this blue hair, and I was like, you know what, whatever, man, go with it, go with the flow, and just enjoy it. And I'm so happy you did, because I think everybody needed to just kind of let out a real hard chuckle and just breathe. So I appreciate you so much, and continue looking forward to working with you in our region and making things better for the association. Thanks again. Love you.
Thank you for not hating me for that.
She kept saying that the entire time. Jocelyn, I don't hate me, don't hate me. I'm like, you know what, dude, you're good.
Thanks, Jocelyn, very much. Ken, would you like to go next?
So huge congratulations, Stacey. Obviously, that goes without saying. I enjoyed watching and being a part of the board when under your leadership, which, you know, Pam called magical, somebody else called it ninja-like. And that ninja-like leadership made the rest of us sometimes look like a bull in a china shop, especially me probably. But and so besides the congratulations though, even though you're getting this award, I have to say, I'm never gonna let you forget that when we had to share a stage, you gave me the short podium. So thank you so much for that memory.
That's great. Thanks, Ken. Appreciate that. Autumn, would you like to go?
Yeah. Stacey, first of all, I have to thank you because this is the first honor award banquet where I'm wearing a hoodie. I mean, this is like literally my type of awards banquet. So thank you so much for that. It's awesome. But for real, so I worked, Stacey was my boss for about 4 years at IU. And I just want to share one memory that I have. So I was tasked with creating this new safety officer handbook and safety officer position. And I was working so much on this thing, and it was like late one evening, and there was like one sticking point, and Stacey was in my office helping me try to figure it out. And I don't remember what the solution was. You know, it was just like a kind of a frustrating moment, probably for both of us, because we were trying to figure this out. But I think what stuck with me most is just your presence. That, you know, you didn't have to be there, and it wasn't like either of us necessarily had the solution, but just your presence there of like sitting in the difficulty with me, I think was just so impactful, and I really appreciated that. And actually, this just reminds me, I think that's one of the 4 Ps that was at IU when we were there, was presence. And you just epitomized that very well. So thank you, Stacey.
Thanks, Autumn. Well, coincidentally, we're about ready to wrap up, but I'm not going to do that without taking my quick moment. Stacey, I just want to thank you for hiring me all those years ago, for teaching me, for mentoring me, for always picking up the phone, which has the blue hair photo as the photo contact. So when you call me, that's what still shows up. I am happy and successful as a professional in this field, in large part because of you. I'm also happy as a wife in large part because of you, because you hired my husband, who I met at Region 3 Student Lead On about 18 years ago. And so you can blame Keto and Josh for taking a chance on him, but I know you signed the paperwork. So thanks for that. But, you know, this opportunity to speak on your behalf and listen to the impact that you have has been truly amazing. And so I just want to thank you for all that you've done for us, for NERSA, for the field, and then certainly for me. So I think that's all we got, folks. I want to thank you guys again for attending and certainly participating. Stacey is truly honored and humbled by this award, and certainly your presence. She asked me to wrap it up because she didn't think she'd be able to. And so that says something about the impact that you have all had on her. And so we hope you have a wonderful evening and a good night, and congrats again, Stacey.
Thank you, everybody.
Congrats.
Congrats, Stacey.
Way to go.
Congratulations.
Congrats, Stacey.
Stacey.
Of NERSA.
Way to go,
Congrats.
Stacey. Way to go, baby.
Way to go, Stacey.
Stacey.
Congratulations, Stacey.
Love.
Love you.
Love you, Stacey.
Nib High football rules.
Good to see
Thanks
you,
for
Jean.
everything, Stacy. You're the best.
Congrats,
Thanks,
Stacy.
Stacy.
Take care, everybody.
Thumbs up.
Congratulations.
Oh, Dexter.
Nobody wants to leave.
Go to tribute.co. It's super easy.
Or we get to see who wasn't paying attention and they still are hanging on after everyone leaves.
I think Tom Jones is still on from last night. He just.
Say congratulations. Say congratulations, Dr. Hall. Say it. No, you gotta say it louder so she can hear you. That was from
There
Ruby
you
Shorter.
go.
That was from Ruby Shorter's Dr. Hall.
Thank you, Ruby.
Congratulations. She says, thank you, Ruby.
Okay, Dexter wins.
Absolutely.
See you, Sneed.
My
Bye,
kid,
Jen.
look, Dex, my kids are too old and their voices are too deep. It wouldn't be as cute.
Daddy, you're waking up Rhea.
Oh, I'm waking up my youngest. All right, see you guys.
Oh, that's awesome.
Stacey, congratulations. We love
Thanks,
you. All
Sarah.
the ballers, we got a text chain going and we may or may not have been teasing about Tom Kirch being unmuted and laughing and adding to the amazingness of this presentation. But we love you very much and congratulations. You deserve this.
Thank you. The ballers are an awesome group right there.
Right.
There's only 26 people left, so it's getting down to a regular Zoom call. So let's. Is
Now
there
you
any
can,
business? Is
now you can
any
start
business?
telling those pre-2005 stories, Greg. Go ahead.
I can't remember. I don't remember what I had for breakfast. So I can't remember pre-2005. Come on.
Greg, there's nothing regular about Zoom calls anymore.
Am I not part of the ballers, Sarah?
No, Tom, you are. You are.
No,
but you've already
I don't
got-
have anything on my, I didn't get a nothing.
Oh, all right. We got to work you in there.
I don't think they
No, I-
realize you
Night
learned
about
how to
Stacey.
text, Tom.
I didn't have a hands up thing on my computer, so maybe that's intentional. Okay.
Sarah, look what you started.
But
no.
Congratulations, Stacy.
Thanks, Tom.
My wine drinking buddy.
Yeah, Tom, if I'd
White
known I
wine.
could have wine during this, I would have poured myself a glass. I didn't know that was part of this deal.
Oh, it's
There were no
always a-
rules.
it's
No
always
rules.
Part of it, yeah.
Oregon has its own rules.
Yeah, try pumping gas sometimes in Oregon.
I was just gonna. We have not had
Dr. Hall.
one explosion at a gas station in Oregon.
Yeah. Well, is the KLSM group going to do anything for you, Stacey?
Okay, all righty. I just wanted to say congratulations to somebody who is so awesome. It was just a delight to hear everything that was so nice about you. Love you, Stacey, and love all of the rest of you. Hope to see you in Portland or on the next Zoom, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you, Mama. We love
Hey,
you.
Mama
too.
Watson. Love you, Mama Watson. Great to see you.
Hey.
Greg, to answer your question, yes, the KLSLM is planning something, and but we're going to have it next week because we want we need a lot of time.
Well, remember, I have documentation.
I mean,
I'm a
you do.
dues
Yes.
paying member. So
You and
So do I. So do
Yeah.
I. I'm a member.
the pictures. I know.
I have the ribbon. I still have a
These are
ribbon.
going up. We're in a pandemic.
I wear my ribbon sometimes.
Yeah. Hey, and I know Stacey, tonight is about you, but I saw Seneca just pop in a second ago. Seneca, that was awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm
Wonderful.
so proud
Thank
of you of what you're doing. No, Seneca, Tom, not you. Seneca.
No, I was.
You were saying thing, you're on my screen, and now I see Seneca.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
you know,
Oh, man.
yeah,
Thank you.
awesome. Yeah, I'm very proud of you, Seneca.
Well, I just want to say I thank Stacey for reaching out to me. I think it was almost like I won the honor award because I was honored to do it for her.
Did she tell you you were the fifth call? The other four people turned them down,
No,
No,
called
no.
me. She called me and she asked for Shamari's number, and I was like, said no, I don't have it, but I can help.
It's probably true.
Oh, that's good.
Janet,
Bye, Kim.
See you tomorrow morning, Orsa Chick.
got it. Nurse a dude.
Bye, Stace.
Okay, everybody have a good night. Thank you so much.
Okay.
This is great.
Congratulations.